Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel and welcome to the beginning of my Quickie series for Dwarf Fortress. So the Quickie series, I'm going to cover a bunch of key areas in your fortress that are essential to, I guess, Dwarf Fortress life and how you go about building them and what they are. And the first topic I want to talk to you about is taverns, and with that in mind, and since this is a Quickie, my 5 minutes starts now. Okay, so taverns, what are they? A tavern is an area or a zone accessed by the little green dwarf head down the bottom here that you can create where your dwarves congregate to eat, drink and party. It is also a place where immigrants come who will also entertain your dwarves if they are so inclined and sleep. Okay, so it needs a separate area for the immigrants to come and sleep, so they don't take your hospital beds and your bedrooms. And a good thing about a good tavern is that if it's set up properly, it will have positive impact on their mood, which you can see here in the mood bar, by giving them happy thoughts. And so a tavern is one of the main areas in your fortress where happy thoughts can be generated. Okay, so what do we need for a tavern? First of all, we need a few areas to be dug out. As you can see here, I have a dining hall dug out, and in it you will want to furnish it with tables, chairs or rock thrones. I've done it on both ends, and a chest to store goblets, cups, mugs, etc. in it, and instruments. Everything else in this area, ignore. This is a bit more advanced, and you will not need it in your first tavern. And to be honest, the tavern is the first area that you will be building in any beginning fortress. You will also need an area for your stockpile. It can be separate from your main food stockpile, but in this case, I have it connected to my main food stockpile. And if I click on custom, you can see here the food, everything is enabled except seeds. If it was a separate food stockpile, separate from a main stockpile, I would have everything red. I'll do it over here. This little one here, just as an example. And I would just have prepared meals and drink plant. That's it. And that just means any overflow prepared meals and drinks will go into that area. And I will delete that now. Okay, so how do we go about... Oh, and we need obviously dig out an area for the dormitory. Zone is how we go about building it, and it is a meeting area. Make sure it covers not only the area where you want the eating, drinking and partying to happen, but also the food stockpile, so they can access prepared meals and drink. And accept. And then I will press on this plus button, and I will click new inn or tavern. This case I'm going to click on the brass nut because I've already created one before and I've just removed the designations for this video. But this list here, for your own information, is any of the meeting areas that you've converted into one of these 5 areas will appear down here. Okay, and then I need to create a dormitory. Again, that's in zones. Click it over that room. And then I need to link this dormitory to whatever name the tavern appeared for you. Okay, in this case, the brass nut. So this note means immigrants who are in this tavern will know that they can stay here for the night. The only thing you need in a dormitory is beds, and that is it. This is a little bit bigger so I can expand it later on when this fortress gets bigger. Last thing you need to do is you click on the brass nut or whatever the tavern name is, and you click on this magnifying glass. Here you have 3 buttons. All visitors welcome, so immigrants can come. Citizens and long-term residents only, because by the time this is when your fortress gets bigger, you might have different taverns. Or citizens only. In this case, I'll do all visitors welcome. You can plus or minus the amount of goblets you want in there. In this case, I want 20. And how many instruments. Those you need to build or trade with a trader. and you can allocate a tavern keeper and a performer with any of your dwarves that you want in there. For your first one, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But sometimes, if you do a tavern keeper and you do not have an area for them to immigrants to sleep in, then you could kill any of your visitors with alcohol poisoning because they just keep getting plied with alcohol. Okay, so that is pretty much taverns in a nutshell. I hope this helps and your first tavern is a big success and you have sweet rave parties in your first Dwarf Fortress. Thanks for your time.